I am here with one of my clients, Jamie, who I worked with for quite a while and had a very, very significant weight loss with Jamie. He's done absolutely amazing. So I thought we'd just talk a little bit about his journey. So welcome. Why don't you tell me about where you started, Jamie, and I suppose what it was before you came to me?
Before I came to you, I just started realizing that I needed to make some better lifestyle choices in the sense of my weight and just eating probably a little bit more healthier. I wasn't a unfit person, but I wasn't a fit person either. So I was active in my day and probably would, walk my dogs and do things like that. But I wasn't kind of going anywhere weight wise and just kind of remained pretty heavy. So I was at 97 kg at my heaviest, 97 kilos, and probably have been consistent with that for quite a while. Was never really happy and was one of those people that, would always, pull their shirt away from their body and, wasn't very confident overall. One day, I don't know why and how it happened, I just kind of went to an aquatic center nearby, and just jumped in the pool and started swimming and hadn't really ever done much swimming prior to that. I've been a lifeguard, so I could swim maybe 200 meters, but it would take me a while. But swimming consistently for fitness and things like that was never something that I ever thought about or ever really kind of considered. So eventually one day I started doing it, started to practice a bit more and started to make some progress, but kind of probably wasn't going as far as I wasn't losing weight in those moments because I was swimming, then coming home and then probably, eating, some KFC on the drive home or something like that because I was just so hungry and
You
stuff.
did like your KFC, didn't you?
I do. I still love it. I absolutely love KFC. But
Have you
but yeah,
have you
so
had
then I
the
was.
have you had the Big Bro combo from KFC yet? Like I told you to?
Nah, I haven't. I've seen it there. I saw that you ordered it for the
Yeah.
first time on yeah. But but I would finish a swim and I would come home and then I'd still eat like crap. And I was doing things like, buying nuts and buying things like that without kind of much of a sense of understanding about what I was putting in my body. So this happened for a while. I started swimming in about September, so this went on for October, November, and then I at December said, nah, nothing's changing here. Like I'm not getting any. I'm getting a bit fitter in the water, but I'm not really changing anything overall in major. So then that's when I reached out and started working with you and started working on. I think it was literally just after Christmas, just a few days after Christmas when we
think it
started. I
was.
think it was the 29th.
Yeah.
It was the 29th of December, I reckon,
Yeah.
just before New Year's.
So I suppose for you, you'd kind of almost started this journey, right? And you were just felt a bit stuck. There wasn't a penny that dropped or anything. It was just, I think you needed that guidance and you hadn't worked with someone from memory. You hadn't worked with a
No, I
coach or
hadn't
anything
worked with
before to
anyone.
actually,
No,
I suppose,
nothing.
do the education approach, right?
Yeah, I had no clue because like I said,
So,
I could swim, but I wasn't
yeah.
making much progress.
Were you hesitant when you reached out, or were you like, nah, I just need to do this?
I guess I wasn't so much hesitant because you were pretty light. We met that time, and you were great. You explained how everything worked, and you told me how things were going to be. I knew though at that moment that I had to really commit to something, and I knew that I had someone that was holding me to account more so. And I think that was the number one thing that I liked the most, that those check-ins and stuff, being told that, what progress did you do, and having that the data tracked every single week and taking your weekly photos is what kind of kept me accountable. Because once I
Yeah.
started and I started to make those changes in my food and the way that I was eating food, I then think it just came off. It really did. It came off so quick, and
Yeah.
we're not really even talking months. We're talking weeks. In 4 weeks, I probably lost I think something close to, well over 5 kilos. I think off the top of my head now, but there was a drastic change
I, I
already.
I remember you called me week one and you'd lost 4 kgs. And he was still
Yeah,
quite hesitant about the gym at that point, but it was 4 kgs
yeah.
down. Let's keep going. I suppose as well on that point, you want to talk through what exactly we did together? What was your training looking like? What was your nutrition looking like?
So initially started off, I'll do the training first. It started off with swims, and then the gym was slowly introduced. And then, again, I wasn't a very big gym person. Didn't like the gym whatsoever, and prefer being in the water. And I found it a little bit more peaceful and stuff as well. But progressively through some resistance from my part, I eventually, and the resistance wasn't so much what you were doing, it was resistant for me because I wouldn't say I was making excuses, but the gym would be busy. I go to a busy gym and there'd
Yeah.
be people there and stuff, and eventually, I'd start doing the 2 weekly gym sesh and then eventually increase a little bit to three. So I was doing 3 swims, 3 gyms and stuff, and I started to notice a huge increase in my strength, in my stamina, just in everything. And then I started to see definition and started to look at before and after pics from week one, and could see how much my body had changed in a very small amount of time. Having the one thing that I would say I struggled with initially was eating the same food breakfast, lunch, and dinner. More so lunch and dinner because I fasted in the mornings, which I loved anyway. I actually enjoy not eating in the mornings sometimes, but I think that initially struggled, but I think now reflecting back actually probably is one of the most important things because it meant it stayed consistent and it was easy and
Yeah.
it took off. I stopped looking at food as something like more so just, I don't know how to say it, like just to eat for the sake of eating. It was more of
Yeah.
I was eating because I needed fuel and I wanted to put the right fuel in. So I had a
Yeah.
bit of a change in relationship with the way that I reviewed and looked at food. So that was one big thing. So eating consistently the same meals, yes, it was I wouldn't say that it was boring because, I could change it up with different, pasta sauces or whatever it was. But it definitely started off a little bit kind of something to get used to. But again, like I said, now looking back on it, it was something that you actually needed to do because when you're trying to fit in all these different foods and meal prep and all the rest of it. And that was the one thing, meal prep, that changed my life.
Yeah.
Now every
Yeah.
Sunday it's my religion now. Like every Sunday I wake
I
up,
love that.
I do my meal prep. No, it is like literally I'm at the shop every Sunday morning, 6 o'clock. I'm at Coles, I buy all my stuff for the week. So I plan Saturday night, plan out what I'm going to eat for the whole week, and then have it all mapped out, and then go to Coles and get everything, and then come home, prepare it all, and then it's all done. So it's one less thing to think about for the whole week.
Yeah. I suppose on that as well, right? Like, I mean, that's obviously a pretty significant change, but like you're a very busy person, right? Like you were up at shoot the crack of dawn from memory. Like, how did you actually fit? I suppose like the change in lifestyle, right? Because you were doing some stuff, some fitness stuff, obviously doing a lot of convenience eating, complete 180. What is the lifestyle change in that regard? Like, how did you actually fit everything in?
To be all honest, I just had to. I didn't really kind of have much of a choice. I have 2 dogs, not a huge backyard, so I actively take them for walks every single day, and that became something that became part of my routine on a daily basis. So I had to change like everything. Like I had to change and get up early every single day, take them for their walk, come back, get them set up, then head off to the gym, do that, and then come back. Prior to that, I'd wake up for work, at 7 o'clock and take maybe 6:30 and take an hour to get ready for work. Now I have to do it really quick, but it's good though, because it means like I've woken up and by the time I've gotten to work at 9 o'clock, well, I start work at 9 o'clock, but I'm usually there around 8:30. I've already walked about 10,000 steps, before most people have, just gotten to work. I've done a gym session, got ready, got dressed, like had breakfast, had everything already prior, and most people just starting their days and stuff. But that did kind of play out. Then I'd go to bed a little bit earlier though. But it meant I'd managed to stay consistent and going to bed at the same time and waking up every single day was something I had to really do too, which was good. So now that routine has definitely stayed. So usually in bed around 8 o'clock and dozing off just before 9 o'clock and up again at 4:30 every day.
Love it. I mean, that's commitment right there. I suppose, like, where did you start? Like, what was the weight when you started? What's the weight now? Like, what are we looking like?
So my weight when I originally started was 97 kilos. And now, as of today, so it was about, I'd say about 6 months, I've lost just over 20, well, I've lost over 20 kilos now. And so that's a huge, was saying before, that I've had to buy a whole new wardrobe. So before I was wearing large, and that was literally large tops. Now I'm buying small tops. Yeah, like I have these Uniqlo tops that I wear to work, and they're all large. And then now I'm wearing small, and the small even sometimes feel a bit baggy, in some places and stuff. So that definitely was a highlight and benefit. Yeah, so I even a few weeks ago, I went through my wardrobe and just had to chuck so much stuff out. Even just seeing like what I was wearing in the water initially when I first started, to what the size that I'm wearing now. So I think like my waistline was around 36 inches mark, and now it's down to 30. So that's like huge.
I
Yeah, so
mean,
I had to buy.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, I had to buy more stuff, but that drastically changed like all my clothes, like jeans, everything, pants, everything, all of them, all had to go, and I had to buy all brand new stuff because I just couldn't fit into them anymore. I could literally tuck
Yeah.
both hands and then more again, just pull it out because I just had lost so much weight.
And I suppose, like, as well, like, besides the weight loss, besides the new wardrobe, like, what else has changed, right? Like, confidence better, energy levels, like, how's all that kind of side of things going?
Yeah, definitely. Mental clarity is the number one thing I'd say. Like I feel like I accomplished quite a bit in a day. I feel really like clear headed. Mental, um, my mental health, I would say, is definitely has drastically improved as well. That gym and the being in the water, consistently swimming, has helped quite a bit. Because I've felt like I've spent a lot more time with myself and my thoughts, and yeah, so that's definitely something that I've drastically has changed. What else has changed? Um, just everything, like
Like,
my
what were
overall
you,
health.
what was your,
Yeah.
I mean, like, so let's, if we dive into swimming just quickly, like, when you first started swimming, like, what were you doing from a swimming perspective to what you can do now?
Well, when I first started swimming, it was just actually just as I kind of started off with you in December, I could probably swim 200 meters, and that would probably be it. So there, back, so 4 times, and that was probably
Yeah.
it. Now and I'd be in the slow lane as well. That was number one thing, or I'd be in the recreation lane, so where like people do like hydrotherapy and things like that. Because people would be like, I'd be too slow, or I sometimes would get to the end of the pool and have to stop and catch my breath. Now I can swim consistently for 45, even up to an hour sometimes without even stopping.
Wow.
Yeah, so initially when I started, my swim time was I think when I started was at 3 minutes 30 seconds. When I first started,
Per
like
100
per
meter,
100
right?
meters, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, per 100 meters. Now I'm probably at 145. On a good day, I can swim in 100 meters and 145. So that again, a lot has changed since.
Yeah. And I suppose, like, looking
Yeah.
back, did you wish that you, like, had did it, like, would you have wished that you did it 12 months sooner?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, to be honest, I'm annoyed at myself for not doing it earlier. I even went to Bali, a, like a couple of holidays ago, and even just kind of my confidence walking around with my shirt off, even at the beach, I just felt better, about myself, and I knew like I looked better and stuff as well, and the pictures that I took, and I started wearing singlets. Like singlets was something that I never really wore before because when you're wearing singlets, you get all that fat that was around here and stuff like that as well, and sometimes depending on the type of singlets, they can be quite tight and stuff. Now, I wear singlets to the gym, like you know, I'm actively wearing those things on a day-to-day basis now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a bit cold at the moment, but
Amazing.
yeah.
It's freezing. Amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate that. Like, absolutely incredible journey. I mean, over 20 kgs, and obviously everything else that's changed is good. So I can't wait to see what you accomplish. And obviously, you know, we'll give you the new program and keep you going from there. It's amazing.